What is going on, BenchWarmers? Welcome back to another fantastic episode. We will go over everything from the refs taking it personal from Arsenal's No More Red campaign to Manchester United. Well, we'll get into that. And Spurs, well,
who?
Being Spurs. And we can talk about the debut of El Colombiano. What's his nickname right now?
Lucho?
Lucho, yeah,
Lucho.
Lucho. Luis Diaz at Liverpool today. A lot to go over. The top four race is insane. As always, I'm one of your hosts. My name is Eric, the instigator. I haven't instigated in a while, actually. Nick, what's up, bro?
Nico Troll.
Pretty good.
Nico Troll.
Nico Memes.
Nico Memes.
Nico Reels.
Nico Reels.
Because, he does all the reels, man. They're on point. You got John, a.k.a.
Gat.
I want to change that, man. That's an Xbox thing. We need a BenchWarmers thing, something that will tie you to this.
Boludo.
Huh?
Boludo.
Oh, okay. I mean, for now, I'm down because it's in a way insulting him. So, boludo. Oh yeah. Add into the collection.
Yeah.
We got two more. You got
Two
the
more?
Portugal one,
Portugal right there.
Portugal training kit, and then we got the Uruguay kit.
Look,
Just
see, we're adding to
O2.
the table.
The O2 unfortunate World
Signed?
Cup. Signed, yeah, by, I forget what his name was. Number
That's
20.
awesome.
He was that
Number
important that
20.
he forgot who signed it.
He wasn't
Marco.
one of the big ones at the time.
Eduardo Bilon, a.k.a. the interrupter right now. I love it.
He's wide awake now.
Bro, I had an energy drink before I came in.
Did you have the Alani one?
What?
The one that your sister always...
Oh, no, it was a normal Monster.
Okay,
The white one.
Okay.
The one that had no sugar. But bro,
Really?
you know me. You know, right?
Really?
It has no sugar, but it has a shitload of caffeine. But I love Monsters, you know that, so.
That's awesome. But yes, how are you guys? How's everything? We got a lot to go over. We didn't record this past week. This past what's today? Thursday?
Yes,
Monday.
today is
Monday.
Thursday.
Right? So I missed you guys.
Yeah, same here.
What's up?
I was gonna say, what are we gonna do for Monday because it's Valentine's Day, and I'm not doing anything. Eric's already said that you're not gonna do anything because you already
I plan
on doing something else another day because 14th is in the
Hustle.
where we're at now. I don't think anybody's gonna be going out. No, just
Take out all day. Uber Eats.
Can you imagine?
Not an ad, but Uber Eats all day.
Yeah, it's a hustle, man. You go to a restaurant, you got a prefix menu. You can't even choose what you really want.
That's right.
So-
I mean, I've never have been on a date, so I don't know.
Everything Marco's obviously
That's-
free on Monday for Valentine's Day. If anybody wants to take that.
That's a
I'll be home.
That's a conversation for a completely different pod.
I mean, we always talked about having a conversation with like one of those lifestyle episodes.
We wanted to have a podcast where it was just like about
It was-
anything.
yeah,
like, anything
it
about
was just
anything, like,
whatever
not?
came to mind.
just like Seinfeld. They had that one episode where it was literally about nothing.
I mean, isn't Seinfeld completely like, a little about nothing?
It is, but there was literally one episode. It was titled "The Episode About Nothing," and it was just a BS episode, just like that. Just
Well, right now
anything
this
that came to
episode
mind.
is really about nothing right now. So I think we should talk about some football. So if you guys are ready, I think we can get into it.
Let's do it.
let's do it.
Nick's got no notebook out, ready to talk footy. Let's get it. Wait, are we gonna be doing Champions League at the end of this, or the ruled questions, or are we gonna just end it on? I want the listeners to know what to expect, and the viewers. Before get into it, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I think I didn't want to bore you with telling you it, but it definitely helps. Sound goes a long way, so thank you for all that. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes. Are we doing a questionnaire? Are we going to do Champions League? Or are we just going to end it with the recap of top four and predictions for the weekend? I'm leaving it on the table. I'm feeling crazy today.
Top four
Top four. That's
prediction
it.
on the table.
Speaking of it, have you guys seen Murderville on Netflix?
Nope.
No.
If you like improv, which
You've mentioned this
I'm a
before.
big fan
Yeah,
of,
you did.
So and like love watching the actors break their character, just like trying to hold their laughter in.
Mhm.
Perfect show to watch. So just I'm down to improv today. Kind of just wing it, see what happens.
Don't we do
Let's
that
do it.
every
As I have a
every
script
recording?
below me.
Let's do it.
yeah.
I'm like, I was about to say, like, don't we do that every podcast?
We have a guideline, but
I mean, improv also has a guideline. They start off with like
That's true.
ideas,
that's true.
and then just see what comes from it.
You know what? So I'm just gonna
Just close. Just close it.
I'm gonna give you guys the score line, the teams that played. And just take it.
Nico's phenomenal remembering score lines
How
at
about
times.
this? How about this? We're gonna try something a little bit different. So the first game we got is West Ham versus Watford. I'm gonna start off
All
with the teams and the results. Then Nick is gonna take it with his next point. Then Gat, and then
All right. Can we start off with
Just-
one thing though?
It's gonna be
That's what I'm saying.
gonna be a quick roundtable on this.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, just FYI, I didn't watch any of the games. So.
Cheers.
My part is gonna be like what Nico said.
Copy paste whatever he said. That's literally.
Oh, man. All right, so
Hey, listen, midweek games are hard. I can never watch them.
That's true.
You know, some people
well-
got bills to pay. I don't know what you do for a living, but you watch all the games apparently.
I mean, I'm in my car most of the time. So
Audio, bro.
I just park.
That's what phones are for. Back in the day, you couldn't do that. Now you can put your phone on the side where a client can't see it. You good?
Let's get into it.
I didn't say where.
All right. So obviously the first game I just mentioned is West Ham versus Watford. West Ham winning that game 1-0, pushing them into the 4th place spot. I mean, I honestly like you guys. I didn't really watch the game, but the only question I really have is: do you think West Ham have enough to last the remainder of the season and continue pushing for that top 4 spot, or
No.
are we expecting a decline?
I'm expecting a decline.
Okay. All right.
Eventually, the games, everything is coming back now. So we're going to start noticing. They have to figure out now what they want to prioritize, and whatever they don't prioritize, we're definitely going to see a hindrance.
Okay.
But
okay.
until then, Bowen is lighting it up for West Ham.
Yeah. Rumors of him getting his England call up may be happening, but
I hope
don't
so.
rate him.
I hope so.
huh?
I don't rate him.
You don't rate him?
I don't rate him. He was linked to Liverpool this past summer. Man. I'm pretty sure he has the second most goal contributions behind Mo Salah in the Premier League. But on the eye, for a big step up to another club, I don't know, man. He's kind of slow. I don't think no. He's a good player for West Ham, but what I'm saying is that's his level, in my opinion.
But at
That's
least,
level.
at least he's there and he's showing up because a certain Antonio just hasn't been present lately.
I
So
feel
he's
like
picking
that's
up the slack.
I feel like that's a common theme with Antonio. Like, he starts off every season.
But he hasn't gotten injured yet, has he?
I think he
No,
was for
but he hasn't
little
as
bit.
much.
Not a big injury, though, yeah.
Yeah, by now, prior seasons, he'd already be injured again. So at least he's still.
I think he's
In
one of
there.
those players who get leggy, like, throughout the season, where like game by game, week by week, kind of just starts getting a little more fatigue. Whereas,
He's not one of those
Performances
players
drop.
where he needs to play every single game to kind of keep the fitness. He needs a break.
and also no, Arsenal. Well, they don't really have a striker, but West Ham don't have a striker to really replace Antonio. It's kind of like a tricky situation for them. I wonder what West Ham fans kind of say. But yeah,
We'll see how West Ham continue. The race to top 4 is getting tricky. I think they have all their games played right now, while everybody else behind them have either 1 or 2 games in hand. So West Ham have to keep the pressure up if they want to make that push to top 4. The next game we have is Newcastle winning at home 3-1 against Everton. Frank Lampard getting handed another L. Everton getting closer to relegation, but Newcastle on their way up. No Bruno Guimaraes, or however you want to pronounce his name. Sorry if I butchered it. But how do you guys? Well, Nick, let me go to you because Everton's obviously a rival. And what were your expectations for the Lampard signing on their behalf? Were you thinking is that a good move on their behalf or?
good move for Lampard. Mediocre move for Everton. Won't last long. I think Diego commented on Instagram. Last 18 months top. Totally agree. I can already imagine it. Just refresh Twitter, refresh Instagram. Sky Sports News with the yellow and black background. Frank Lampard sacked.
So now, is this because he was at Chelsea and it didn't work out? That's what you're basing it off of? Do you think if he would have gone to Everton first, that you would be saying something else?
Well, are you saying if he went to Everton and then went to Chelsea?
Like instead of he never going to Chelsea, instead he goes to Everton or a club like Everton first before he goes and
Chelsea.
tackles Chelsea.
I think it would have been the same, to be honest. I just don't rate him as a manager. Like, he did a couple things well at Chelsea, which I probably give him a lot of credit. Was like advancing and really developing the likes of Mason Mount, Fikayo Tomori, Tammy Abraham. But in terms of just overall play, I don't really rate him as much as I guess I just like a tactics manager. I don't think he'd take Everton to a new level. Which Everton on their behalf, man, they have to like. Well, obviously the Lampard thing could work out. I'm just saying probably don't think it will. So since I don't think it will, Everton probably have to find a manager when Lampard does get sacked
Yeah.
to really take them forward. Because right now it's just appointing. They're like the Watford right now, appointing, sacking. That does no good for any players on their team.
No, and just like players, you need consistency, especially in a manager that's going to give you some common philosophy, style of play. But yeah, I mean, Lampard was always kind of questionable at Chelsea, but he had arsenal of players to choose from there, and he struggled to do fairly well. I mean, he managed to keep top 4, I believe, when he was there. But now he's just looking questionable at Everton. But how do you feel seeing Van de Beek switch benches and shirts? He's not getting playing time.
He's not getting playing time. It's frustrating. They signed Ali to play in his position, and that's who came off the bench to play was Ali. So it's frustrating because I want to see the kid play and flourish because we all know he can and will. But hopefully that happens soon.
Well, look, he was on the bench for Everton and got the loss, but he wasn't on the bench for United when they got the draw against Burnley. How? Obviously, he didn't feel the pain, but how was your reaction to that game? Because that's a big result right there. Drop points. You guys were away, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the majority of the game, and I would say you guys pretty much dominated.
We started off pretty good. For whatever reason, we just dropped off in the second half. I'm not sure if the disallowed goals just got to their head or what, but the intensity dropped a little bit. They started making a little bit more mistakes.
Just digress real quick. That disallowed goal. Maguire. For those of you who don't know what happened, it was just he picked the player essentially.
Pretty much because he started the play. He was offside, and he knew he was offside once the ball came in from Rashford, I believe. Mm-hmm. If I'm not or Bruno, one of the two. So he knew he was offside. He went back to hold the line, and he essentially just stood there. And like you said, he just picked a player. He just did a pick and roll.
Yeah.
And they called it, which is to me I find ridiculous. I mean, you can tell. I mean,
what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
I've seen a lot less get called.
Right.
A lot worse get called.
Right.
Like that was very soft.
Right.
And
it hurt more. And it hurt more because I've been saying since we signed Varane, I want him to get his first goal, and it was a beautiful header.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful header, and
he almost had one too with a little back heel.
Mm-hmm.
Little flick from it was nice, man. But
so I was even more frustrated that he still hasn't gotten his first goal. But,
what's the issue with this United team? Because obviously, we know quality, we know it's there. Nah, there's no question about that. I think we've reiterated that time and time again. But
it's mentality and decision making. I mean, even on the goal that we gave up, Maguire was caught completely out of position. He committed when he didn't really have to, and because he did that, Rodriguez was able to be let go, and Shaw also left them onside. He was dragging a little bit. He didn't get back in time. So just decision making all around, and just there's this mentality. I mean, at least the only thing I can say is that yes, we might be back to square one where we're not producing anything, and we're not getting points out of anything. But Ralph is at least targeting areas on the pitch and improving those little by little. So one of the first things he did was when he came over, one of the first things he said was, we need to stop conceding so many goals. And since he came on, yes, we're still conceding.
That's genius, honestly. I never thought about that.
Obviously. But my point is,
where the drums at? Where the drums at?
My point is, that's what he wanted to target first, and we've been conceding a lot less goals than we normally do. So we're getting that part of the pitch finalized, and then you're just going to move your way up. Unfortunately, we need the results now.
I mean, you get that part of the pitch finalized, but do you have the right pieces to finalize that part of the pitch with? In that, I mean, Harry Potter, the guy who disappears when it comes to playing defense.
He's not it. He's not it right now.
That's to rob you guys.
He's not it right now.
Right now,
he's not
or
it. He's not it. I mean, he still has.
He ever been it?
He had one season. He had one season where everybody went crazy for him at United, where statistically they look better, but that was it.
It was last season. He was decent last season.
He was decent.
If he can just work on his decision making and just focus on better his awareness, it would be a lot better because he still has some decent qualities in a center back. He just needs to improve his overall awareness and focus on the actual game. Right now, though, he's definitely not it. I'd rather see Varane and Lindelof or Bailly in there.
His own intangibles also don't help. Like, he isn't quick at all. He isn't quick on a turn. He isn't agile at all. All right, so let's go through all the top teams in Europe, right? Now let's look at their center backs. Are they like so slow that they can't turn? Right. All right. City, Ruben Diaz, Laporte, or John Stones can turn. Liverpool, Van Dijk, Matip, Konate can turn. PSG, Marquinhos, Ramos, right? Then we go to United, right? Varane can turn. Lindelof can turn. Maguire can't, right? Most top teams have the ball, right? Most top teams play a high line, they play a line more high than the team that they're facing, right?
Correct.
When you're playing a higher line, you need quicker players. Maguire just doesn't suit that. when United do sit back, he's one of the most perfect players, at least in my opinion, in the world. A prime example was England for the Euros. Southgate is kind of like a negative manager. Put 5 back, literally just had England set back. He was perfect that tournament.
Because he was covered in his weak areas. And that's one thing with United that if you notice that from the first half what changed from second half, once Burnley put the pressure on,
They couldn't handle it.
Yeah. So it's like once people get a little physical with United, they just collapse and don't know how to like Nick said, he's slow on Maguire is super slow.
He's super slow.
But yeah, man. Can we give it like a rating on Maguire right now? Do we think
overall or just for this performance?
Not this performance, because this performance was, I mean, that right there in its own kind of just
So
screwed him.
season up till now.
Season up till now, because this was supposed to be their marquee signing in the back alongside Varane. Granted, he's been on and off this season.
The Varane thing to me is like it's fucked up because Varane has never played that position of having to take care of a slow person. He knew that, like, at least with Real Madrid, he knew that Ramos will catch up. Yes, he knew Ramos had that attacking mentality that he's going to end up pushing up. But Varane knew that he had to take that spot, and he did it. But he expects the person that's going to be standing next to him to come back faster than what Harry Potter is doing right now.
It feels like United have a lot of good players that don't complement each other. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Nick said, Maguire's perfect for a team that sits back. You guys aren't a team that sits back. But Diaz is perfect for to have a defender that's next to him that can lead him. Maguire's not gonna do that because he can barely run up the pitch. You look at the Bissaka, he doesn't fit your style of play. We're trying to press. That's why he's benched already. I think it's safe to say he's probably gonna be gone. You guys have quality players, but it doesn't really suit each other. And mentality is a big thing. How does it change? Like, does Ralph have it? Does he have to clear the locker room or?
I think he's just got to shake things up. If the mentality.
He benched Ronaldo, which is a big thing. I was kind of surprised by that.
Did you read why he benched Ronaldo?
No, I didn't.
He really does his homework, which is one of the things I love about him. So he spoke before the game. I think it was to Gardner, one of the Man United reps, and he was saying that the type of the way that Burnley play, the way that Cavani plays is better suited for that match, just because Cavani will do the dirty work and he is going to drop back. He still has the pace to be able to do so and pretty much just run all over the pitch. And that's why he decided to start Cavani instead. So
he almost had one too,
and it was disallowed. It
was such a lucky save.
It was a save. Yeah, that was a
great. It was
a
crazy.
great save.
I don't know how he saved it. Honestly, I give more credit to the goalie than Cavani, because Cavani did all. He put it down and
he was unmarked. I mean, that's what Cavani does. He knows how to find the space. He was unmarked. Just awesome job, Pope, for being able to just desperation.
But yeah, big drop of points for you guys. Should have been a good 3 points, but unfortunately for you guys, makes that top 4 race a little bit that much harder now. So let's go to the next game where look, they're talking about making it harder for themselves. Spurs losing 3-2 against Southampton. Oh man, where do you even start with this?
Memes. Start with the memes. Have you seen the one?
Let's start with the memes.
Let's start with the memes. It's Conte. I don't know if it's this game or not, but it's shushing. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Him shushing 2-1 up, and then the his face of like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. Did we just fucking lose this game? Really? Kind of thing. Yeah. Bro, I didn't watch the game, but the meme itself represents the whole game, the whole 90 minutes of this game.
This is that was like funny as hell, and it's funny you bring that up because let's talk about Conte for a second. We know the kind of manager he is. We know his success. We look at Spurs and the way they're performing. If you're Tottenham's board, obviously the only way to fix this, in my opinion, and correct me, and if you guys have a different opinion, let me know. You have to clear the house because I don't think these players are good enough to fit what he wants to do.
I mean, they're just further proving our point from a couple pods ago when you asked what they needed to do, and I just flat out said everything. Yeah, so they're literally proving that point.
We know the history. We know the history of the Tottenham, as what's his name would say, Chiellini would say. Do they clear house and give Conte what he wants to start rebuilding this team, or is Conte gonna do what he always does if he doesn't get his money and just bounce? Or do you not see either one of those being a solution at the moment? Nick, I'll go to you first.
I think they have to clear house, man. I've said it so many times. Those Tottenham players aren't good, dude. They're just. I'm sorry to say, they're just not good. Most of them, I'd probably say 50 to 60% of them aren't good to lead them top 4, maybe.
Dude, Southampton should have been winning this game 4-2 by the half.
They're just not good. Like I don't want to get like tactical about it or just like go and
hard.
they're just like they're shit. Like they're just not good, man. I'm
That's one
sorry.
way to
I'm
put
sorry
it.
for anyone listening thinking like, oh, he's gonna go in depth type shit. Nah, they're just not good, man. Like
I mean, look, I wish Jose was here to defend his team right now, which hopefully he will be here soon. But dude, like, did you guys watch this game first or no?
No.
Why waste my time?
Okay, well, I had to watch it because Diego was on, and he told me, he's like, yo, you have to watch the game, the highlights. It's
Hilarious.
hilarious.
Okay.
And I was like, what can be so funny about this? And I watch it, and it looked like a sequence of just a compilation video of defensive errors on Spurs end. That's what it literally would have looked like to me. And it was just chance after chance after chance after chance for Southampton. And I'm just like astounded that it wasn't by 4-2 by the half. Going as a defensive manager, as a counter-attacking manager, we'd say for the most part, right?
Yeah.
There's no way this team survives with him.
The problem is that they need to clean house, but I don't think
But they won't.
Levi will let
He
them.
won't.
They
That's
won't.
too much money.
They won't. They won't let him do it. So he's just gonna say, okay, well, if you're not gonna give me what I want, and he's gonna leave, which is how we know him to be anyway. So it's a thing of just what they need versus what they're actually going to do, which is two completely different things.
come on, man. Look at the base of this team. This is a team that started. So our goal was Uriz. They played a back three consisting of Davison Sanchez, Cristian Romero, and Davies. Emerson Royale, right wing back. Winks, Højbjerg as a pivot. Reguilón at left wing back. Davison Sanchez isn't good. Romero, I actually rate him. Davies isn't good. Emerson Royale isn't good. Harry Winks isn't good. Højbjerg, he's alright. Reguilón, right now, he's ass. At the base.
He missed a sitter.
At the base, man. At the base of a top 5 team competing for a top 4. Those players are mid-table, bro.
Not gonna get you.
It's just not good enough. There's no more to say, man.
Yeah,
They're
no,
just-
I know, and it sucks because it doesn't suck. I enjoy it, but all right. So let's give. If we're all right, we're gonna give the Tottenham board an opportunity to save their club right now, okay? And this is coming from the bench, so you can thank us later, give us a credit later, all right? You have to sell. Who do you sell, and who do you bring in this window? Assuming Harry Kane is gonna come off the books, because I'm assuming somebody's gonna come in for him this window.
What's his price tag? 100?
I would
Probably
say
more.
Just make it easy. 100,
I
even
don't
though it
think-
might be higher or
I don't
lower.
English
think it-
tax. English
I don't
tax.
think it went more because he hasn't had that great of a season. If anything, it
but
probably
still, he's
declined a
still the
little
captain.
bit,
He's
but
still
I
the captain of England.
yeah.
But he's still a name bigger in the football
Um,
world.
He'll
so.
still sell shirts.
Another year less in his contract, meaning they can wait a little bit longer depending. I don't know his contract situation, but assuming let's say you sell Harry Kane and you get 100 mil for him, who do you bring in to start building on that squad? Like where do you focus on first?
First,
Defense.
yeah, defense. Center back.
You have to vote. You have to start from the back.
Build a solid
mean,
partnership with Cristiano
You said it.
Ronaldo.
You said it yourself. A highlight video that you were told to watch,
That's a very
not
good-
because of it. When someone tells you to watch this highlight reel, you expect to be like amazed.
yeah.
You were just for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to start from the back.
The 100 mil wing back, center back. So I'm thinking of players like from Inter, Bastoni, or Emilian Skriniar from Inter again. Tariq Lamptey from Brighton to play as a wing back. Just start picking out players that can actually improve that base and that foundation, and just build up from there. Because those players that in my mind right now, as I'm reading them, like yo, like this is not players that should be playing for. Like we laugh at Tottenham or whatnot, but Tottenham is still like
It's a big club.
yeah, big club, and these players should not be playing for. Shouldn't even be starting for Tottenham, let alone even be at the club. So yeah.
Well, I'm enjoying every second of it, but yes, they lose at home to Southampton. 1 point on Southampton, and if anybody out there is likes the whole tactical breakdown or just interesting stats of individual performances or team performances, there's Instagram page called Squawka Football, and they also have a podcast. They don't really post that often, but when they do, it's actually really good content. I think I sent it to you and Diego once. They actually made a comparison between Southampton Ralph and Manchester United Ralph, how they have very, very, very similar styles of play. And when you look at Southampton, you see it clicking for them. This weekend is going to be an interesting matchup when we see both Ralphs go head to head in a very similar fashion. Do you think your quality, and we'll get into the predictions later, but do you think quality is gonna overpower mentality at this point? Because I would say Southampton have a better mentality at the current moment.
They absolutely do. I mean, you're talking a team who's always been known as pretty mid-table.
Mhm.
So of course, they want to improve on what they did the past season. So their mentality is high. They're clicking. Brozia's doing pretty good for them. And then you have our players. They already play for Manchester United.
Yeah.
So their mentality is just not there. It's going to be a tough game this weekend.
So we'll get into the predictions later, but yeah, I'm interested to see that matchup. The next game we have here is Norwich 1 versus Crystal Palace 1.
Pookie party.
You want me to say Pookie party? So,
That's it. That's all I got to say.
All right,
Pookie
cool.
party.
So
That's
on
it.
to the next picture. Man City 2, Brentford 0. I didn't really watch this game. Did anybody of you guys catch this game? No.
Just another City, just boring win.
For us, it's boring because we don't watch them, and we
We
watch
know-
this possession,
and we know what's gonna
and 2
happen.
goals. Yeah, we know what's gonna happen. It's like death by 1,000 cuts.
With City as like a Liverpool fan, I'm like, all right, maybe there's a chance, right? As soon as that first goal from City goes in, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be another route. As soon as you see Morris score a pen in the game, guys, you know it's just gonna be a route.
So,
This
yeah.
game it wasn't, but normally it's another 5-0. But as soon as you see Morris score a PK, it's over. Might as well just stop watching.
No, I was literally just gonna say, yeah. The minute you see it, it's like, all right, change the channel. Let's fuck, because there's no point in watching the game.
It's like the first, like,
Rarely do we see.
You're so excited that once
do
you
we
get
see-
scored, it's like a balloon.
Yeah, rarely do we see it. Samara score a PK and then the other team pick it up and figure shit out and walk away with the tie or something like that. So, don't waste your time on that one.
Doing the business, keeping their cushion nice and soft between them and Liverpool. Next game we got is can't be right now. My console dry. Aston Villa versus Leeds 3-3. Nick, you laughed when I said Monster Reborn on Coutinho, but I don't know, man. He's looking pretty influential on this team, and I just read an article earlier today that looks like Aston Villa are gonna go in for him in the summer.
40 mil.
I think my first perception was just it was really harsh on me because I was kind of judging him off like these past 2 years at Bayern.
He was good at Bayern, though.
I disagree. I don't rate
He
that.
did. He
league.
did. I mean, sometimes he would come off the bench. Like I think it was more of a bench rider than anything else.
Yeah,
But when he came in, he did his shit. Like it wasn't like
Champions
he
League
was.
winning.
It wasn't part of the Champions League winning team, which he was.
Mhm.
He was one of the players that knocked out Barcelona. So I mean, he did his job at Bayern. It's just that in Barcelona, he just never fit.
But
Didn't find out
his job at Bayern never touched his 2017, 2018.
I think
levels.
I mean, you can't compare Coutinho, Liverpool versus the other two teams, and three with this one.
Yeah.
Because the standard was high, and you're just expecting him to stay there. But there's a lot that happened throughout the past couple of years that won't allow him to be up there. Doesn't mean that he can't make it back up there. It's just that it's gonna take him time. Now I'm one that I won't like jump in and say, oh, he's back because it's too soon.
Mhm.
But it's looking like the old Coutinho is slowly but surely coming back, and we'll see his form, and hopefully he stays there, man. I think that's the perfect spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, if like Marco said, if you look at Barcelona in recent years, it doesn't surprise me that was kind of like a black hole for players. You'd go there, it just wouldn't work out because it's been a pretty torturous couple past seasons for them. So yeah, I'm not surprised Coutinho didn't make it big there because who really did make it big there? Griezmann, black hole
Tank.
for him.
Suarez.
Well, that's for Suarez, but
Yeah.
Suarez.
But then he ended up leaving because he was
Yeah,
too old.
exactly. And you see, like it was a poorly managed club, and poorly managed club is gonna be poorly managed players, and poorly managed players aren't gonna perform. But once you get a player who's motivated under a previous teammate, under a good system, yeah, I'm excited to see what Coutinho can do this season. And if he sticks around for the coming years, Aston Villa are gonna be kind of scary.
Unlimited funds as well. Not unlimited, but a lot of funds they have at their disposal. Also, Jacob Ramsey, man. 2 goals. I don't know how old he is. I'm pretty sure
He's young.
He's
very
really
I'll tell you
young.
right now how much old he is.
He's really young.
But dude, he's like an ultimate attacking box 8. Like he is pretty. Like he has high potential. I think he'd be a perfect Gundogan replacement for
He's
for
20.
Manchester City. 20 years old, and he got praise from
5'5",
Gerrard, man.
Small.
He got praise from Gerrard, and of course, like, you're gonna back your own player. Like you're the manager, you're gonna say, but like getting praise from like one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, that must be crazy. And to actually see that quality in a young player, he's showing it right now. 2 goals against Leeds. That Coutinho Jacob Ramsey partnership, bro.
Yeah. Did when Diaz start that game? Do you know?
He did. He
Yeah,
did.
He did.
So-
He have to be playing on the right.
To answer that question earlier, we said, will Gerard be able to get both these players on the pitch playing together? And it looks like he's got them clicking. So we'll see if he keeps it going. What place are they in right now on the table?
Aston Villa, they
They
are
could probably make a push for Europe. Maybe not like
11th.
Champions.
11th as of right now.
Depends on how many points. They
There is 10 points between them and let's say Spurs, which is at 36.
No. Well, we'll see. You never know, right? It's football. But Aston Villa draw 3-3 versus Leeds at home and get the point. Let's go to Wolves versus Arsenal next. Marco, I think the common theme here is red. So should we go over that first?
Can you please explain to me how is it that he got fucking 2 double yellows?
I've never seen that. I'll
Was
be
it that he
honest.
felt bad that he wouldn't want to give him a straight red, so he was like, fuck it, let me just.
That's the thing. Like, I don't understand a double yellow because he didn't. Usually, when you caution a player, it's to let him, hey, look, you're fucking up, chill the fuck out. But he didn't even get that opportunity. He just gives me, hey, look, you're fucking up. Okay, you fucked up again. Here you go. Like it just all happened in one sequence. So for those of you who don't know what happened, Wolves got a throw in. Portis was about to take it in on the transition, so it was going to catch us on the break. And Gabriel, to waste time, he tried to shove him, and I'd agree that's a yellow card.
Yeah, one.
But he still got the ball in, so the ref said play on. Gabriel chased the ball down. I forget who he tackled, but he tackled somebody. It was like I'd say it's a technical foul where he's just trying to kill the play, which is also a yellow card. But he gave a yellow card for both instances. It's not like I've never seen that happen before. I'd get it if he gave the card for the one foul and then Gabriel mouthed off. Okay.
So
get that.
if anything, the first instance foul justified by the technical after, not foul, yellow.
Yeah. That's what happened. It was like foul on the opponent's yellow, foul on this one yellow. But like, in my mind, a yellow card is a caution it's a caution. It's called a caution card to caution a player to calm down. He didn't even get the chance to like calm down or just at least be more wary on his feet. But I've never seen a call like that before. Another red card to our names again.
How many is that?
This
Four?
month?
This
Or-
season.
Four since
This week?
This year.
Yeah, we have 2 goals and 4 red cards this year so far.
I don't want you to get like maybe mad, but is this an Arteta thing?
No.
I think it's just well, again, I've never seen that red card in my life before. Like I've never seen that. So that one to me is questionable. Xhaka to me, he's gotten carded a lot, in my opinion, just because he's Xhaka.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot worse fouls not get carded for his instances. A lot of times. But this has been happening before Arteta. This was happening under Emery. This was happening under Wenger. This has been going on for quite some time now.
Yeah. I don't think that was like, let's say Mourinho back in the day with Real Madrid, that he was kind of like instigating for them to be a little more dirty-ish.
Yeah.
I don't think Arteta like told Gabriel like, hey, if he beats you on a run, just pull him down to the ground and see what happens. Like I don't think that's the mentality. I think the player just found himself in a rough spot, and that's how he solved it. So all these red cards, I really don't think it's Arteta's fault. I think it's just the players are being dumb, especially Xhaka.
Xhaka to
he's
me
always dumb.
is not really. I think it's more of his athleticism because he just can't keep up with the pace of the game. So he's always kind of getting caught out of position. So he has to make that last ditch effort, which is most likely going to be a card. So for him, him alone, he carries most of our red cards. To be honest with you, I think he has 5 of our red cards recently. So if you take him out of the equation, we don't have that many red cards. So if you get a more athletic Xhaka in there, less mistakes, I don't think that's his fault. But I mean, it could be, higher press, higher pace, more mistakes can happen. It's a young team, so maybe a rush goes to their head and they just make a ill mistake, and that could happen. But I don't know. I don't think it is, but yeah, man, huge result for Arsenal. 3 points, which pushes them into 5th place, 1 point behind West Ham now. Spurs and United. I told Diego earlier and Kyle earlier that before these results from you guys, my top 4 hopes were, I would say maybe like around the 20%. Now I'd say it's more like around 35-40%, just because of the recent results and just the way that the gameplay is going for you guys right now. But Marco, how confident are you that this team can, this young team can make a push top 4? And we'll talk about Lacazette in a minute and his missed opportunities, because that is a huge factor for us right now. But seeing what we can do with 10 men over and over again.
You're right. I think at this point we should just get used to playing with 10.
Arsenal, look, I thank you for proving the point that you can play with 10 men. We understand that.
You don't need to continue seeing it.
For our health, stop doing that, because the stress and the anxiety is killing me. But Marco, yes, how confident are you top 4 chances are could be among us?
You say you're like 35, right? 30,
yeah.
30, yeah. I'd say like I'm at like 50.
Ooh, okay.
I feel a little more confident, just slightly more confident than you do. Based on the fact that United and West Ham still have European competition.
Mm-hmm.
We only have to dedicate our time to Champions. We both said the same thing. We won't have to dedicate our time to EPL.
We want it
Right,
that bad.
Exactly. We have to keep it on our mind, bro.
Yeah. So, well, look, the one way we're gonna get there is by scoring goals, and the one guy who's not scoring goals for us is Lacazette, who had 2 great opportunities. How important is it for us to sign a striker? And
so you before we start recording, you mentioned something about the fact that you are upset that Martinelli did get the red card, but you're excited because now we most likely will see Smith Rowe playing on that left wing or left center mid, left mid. What if in the future, and I think I showed you this, I told you this, and I told Timmy as well, what if we eliminate Laka and just put Martinelli up there and throw Smith Rowe on the left?
No, yeah, I would actually encourage that, but assuming we don't have Martinelli next game.
Well, no, yeah. Well, I mean, of course, I'm gonna go with Smith Rowe. I would even consider Pepe.
Yeah. No, Martinelli up top. I think I'd agree with you on that.
For like for the rest of the season, if we because and I don't know if you want to walk into it now, that one miss that Lacazette has is that he didn't catch up, and then he wasn't because he didn't catch up. Martinelli had nobody to pass the ball to.
Well, he thought he was there.
Yeah, he assumed that he was going to be able to do what he does for Lacazette when he makes those runs.
Yeah,
and Laka was not going to be able to do it. He left that left wing.
Make that run if he was in that position.
Exactly, because we saw Saka and we saw Odegaard right next to him, right behind him. Even though Martinelli was surrounded by 4 different players, he knew that he couldn't kick it to the right because that's where the majority were. A pass to the left was going to be the option. The problem is Laka didn't make that run. Nobody else did either. I was just surprised that Tierney didn't do it. Tierney usually makes those runs. He follows along, and he wasn't there either. So all you see is a big gap on the left side and everything very compact on the right. And I'm like, that's a missed opportunity. Like we could have gone up, and that could have changed the whole game completely.
Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as we got the red card, Lacazette had a one-on-one opportunity with the goalkeeper and just completely missed the target. Yeah. That would have put the game to bed, and those last 30 minutes would have been a lot less stressful.
I'm not gonna lie.
We need to go score.
I would even throw Pepe up top as a striker. Don't ask me why. Honestly, when I see Nketiah come in, I'm like,
oh god, dude. Real quick, Nketiah, bro. Look, I get he's an Arsenal. Like he's from the academy. He's not good, man. Literally in the dying minutes of the game, all you had to do was get the ball to the corner and just waste the last few seconds of the game. That's all he had to do. What does he do? He passes it to the Wolves goalkeeper, Jose Sa. All he had to do, and this is literally what happened. If he would have killed the game in that corner, the game's over. No. He instead passed it to the goalkeeper. I have no idea what he was trying to do. And they got a corner kick out of that. That literally could have cost us the 3 points right there, just of
one small dumb decision.
Dumb decision. And oh man, we desperately need a striker. But look, 3 points. Big result. I can't wait till this all or nothing comes out because I just want to see Martinelli's reaction to the red card in the locker room. I want to see because he posted shit online. There's a lot of shit I want to see that gets in the get hopefully uncovered in this documentary. But Arsenal making that push to top 4. I'm getting a little bit more confident. Marco is getting me more confident. I like the vibes you're giving me off of that. So I'm excited for that. But Nick, I know you're excited to talk about El Lucho. So talk to me. You guys won 2-0. against Leicester, when's Rodgers getting sacked? So we'll talk. Let me know what you think about that too. But how Jota a brace, right? I mean, does Alive in play today?
Yeah, he came on. He's actually really good.
My man has a point to make.
He was actually really good. But I have like 4 main takeaways. So on Luis Diaz, man, que jogador, que crack, as my fellow South Americans would say.
All the Colombians are gonna go crazy now.
I hate bashing on Tana. I don't hate it, but like I don't really have anything against him. But so the journalist who broke the Luis Diaz deal, his name is Pipe Sierra. He's from Colombia, and he had this little video he came out with, and he was like, "Yeah, so when we saw the links with Luis Diaz to Tottenham, everyone in Colombia was sad. Everyone in Colombia was sad that Luis Diaz is high potential player, is gonna go to a club like Tottenham. We just didn't want him to go to Tottenham." That was the journalist who broke the Luis Diaz news. So it's not like some bullshit news where he's not like spoofing out of his ass. I was like, damn, man, fucking Tottenham. Fucking Tottenham, man.
Yeah, that does suck.
Imagine just as a Tottenham fan
hearing that. Well, I mean, look, I can feel that as an Arsenal fan because Blahovic didn't want to come over, and you know how I feel about that. I've let you know how I feel about that before. So,
but on Luis Diaz's actual performance, yeah, he was phenomenal. He probably should have scored. It literally went through Peter Is it Peter Casper? I always forget. Casper, right?
Casper Schmeichel.
It went through Casper Schmeichel's balls. Literally, he's saved the goal from his balls. I'm being dead serious. It literally went through his legs and it hit his balls.
Did he react?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't see afterwards. I was so pissed. But dude, Luis Diaz, he's explosive. He runs at players. The only thing I kind of didn't expect, I thought he was gonna be like. Remember when he said like last episode, like Joga Bonito, like Neymar? Well, he's like Joga Bonito, but he doesn't do that many skill moves. I was like,
it's easy.
He stands his player up. I was like, damn, kind of sick, but nah, but he's gonna be like for like Mane replacement.
I feel like he can't put all his cards on at once.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And also I think he's the first time playing for Liverpool.
Well, no, second time, but
Premier League
Prem,
debut.
okay. Yeah. He's not gonna show off all his skills because he fucks up. It's gonna start looking bad. So he has to like bring him in. He's not gonna be like the Pepe did, like step over, short, lost ball. Like he's not gonna do that. He can't do that. He can't do those kind of things. Yeah, he has to build it, and he's getting used to this new league. So I think just let him run, and then little by little he's gonna start throwing those flares here and there.
I think he's in the flourish in the club. I mean, look at these players that like Salah, Mane, when he lets them express themselves a lot, and the way you guys play, I thought I said it before. Van Dijk just pings the ball to Salah. Once you have Luis Diaz on that wing, you have another outlet option,
Bro.
And I just like it. This team fits him so perfectly.
It's so funny. Like this kid just literally walked in, and now all the rumors are where's Mane going next. Like he took Mane's spot already, basically.
You think?
That's how at least social media is making it seem like that Mane has been replaced or is going to be replaced by this player because technically that's what
he's
they're looking
Mane's
for.
successor.
Yeah,
So,
but it's gonna be sooner than later.
Yeah, that's the question. When is it gonna happen?
Not this season. It'll be next season. He'll
Because it's already coming out. Like, Barca's getting him. With this Spotify deal that Barca just got.
Yeah,
Barca supposedly got money now, right?
To bring that up, yeah.
So they're looking for that left wing, which Ansu Fati can't do it because he's injured, and most likely this kid's gonna as good as he is or could have been, he's gonna be an injury prone player. So who they're gonna bring in, right? Now everybody is speculating it's gonna be Mane. So do you really think it's not gonna be immediately? Do you think with the money that Barcelona might get, they might be able to scoop in and say, hey, Mane, come here.
Klopp is very close to his players, especially the players that the top players like Van Dijk, Salah, Mane. He's very loyal to his players. So I think this season he'll stick with Mane. He'll ride out with Mane. But next season, I think Luis Diaz will take Mane's spot.
How long does Mane have in his contract? You know,
this is the season coming. That's his last season.
Oh, so this is when he should get an extension.
Yeah.
So we'll see. This will be interesting. Interesting summer for Mane.
But you mentioned coming into Klopp's system, he didn't even look out of place. He was linking up with Robertson really well, the lefts in the middle, whether it be Thiago and Curtis Jones, because they kind of fluctuated throughout the game. He just didn't look scared at all, which is honestly one of the positives. I mentioned to you before, like when you get a new signing, you just want to keep watching your team play because you want to watch that new signing play, and he's just so fun to watch, man.
And it's funny because he came in the perfect time where Mane is not is not on the team because he's doing some other stuff, right? So he's gonna get the minutes at least the next game. I think the next game he should be able to play as well. I think Mane just came back and has to get
still got FA Cup,
Champions League.
Champions League.
There's a lot of
It's a lot.
opportunities
So
to see
this
him play.
kid,
Carabao. Carabao, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they have all 4 competitions to go for still.
I just want to keep watching him play. That's it. He's just so fun to watch.
Came in at a perfect time.
I do it every time he got the ball. I was laying down. I was laying down. Every time he got the ball, I would like sit up off. I was like, oh my God, what's he gonna do? Just because he's an electric player. But also on the game, dude, Thiago, just please stay fit, man. Please. I'm looking at the camera. I know you're watching this. I know you listen to our podcast, bro. I know you listen to it. Please stay fit. Dude, if he stays fit, man, that partnership with Thiago and Fabinho is unmatched. Like,
I feel like Fabinho doesn't get the credit he deserves. I think he's arguably one of the world's best utility players.
no, for sure he is.
Like right now, I say he's probably one of the top at the game right now. Like you can literally put him anywhere and he'll do good somehow.
It sucks because you're asking for them to be like consistently fit, right? But they're both kind of injury prone.
Yeah, and especially Thiago. I think this is Thiago's first Premier League game back since Newcastle at home, January 18th, I think. That's
crazy.
Liverpool played Spurs and then Leicester and then Chelsea. 3 key games Thiago missed. Every single time he's on a pitch, that Fabinho partnership, I think every single time they've started, they've only conceded 6 goals. That's this season and last season, I believe.
That's crazy.
That partnership is unmatched. I just want them to stay fit. Just because every time I look at the team sheet and I see Thiago Fabinho, I see it as Thiago Fabinho +1. It doesn't matter who else is starting next to them. It doesn't matter if it's Curtis Jones, Jordan Henderson, Harvey Elliott, Naby Keita.
I like Harvey Elliott, bro.
He's good, man. He's good. I mentioned in the beginning, like he plays that Bernardo role. Completely different actual stature, because like Bernardo Silva is actually like pretty lean and small. Harvey Elliott's a little bit more bulkier. I kind of compare Harvey Elliott at least like build to like a Shaqiri, but he's actually like more nimble and quicker because Shaqiri is kind of like bulky. But Harvey Elliott is good. But yeah, Thiago Fabinho +1. I just want them to stay fit. That's it. And then Diogo Jota, 30 goals in 60 games.
Dude, that's 50% like goal rate right now.
And I'm so glad I kept the stocks. I'm so glad. I know a lot of Liverpool fans were saying, "Oh, but his overall build-up is bad." And I on this podcast, I've mentioned like his overall build-up isn't as good as maybe Firmino's or some other strikers in the world. But as long as you put the ball in the back of the net, bro, I don't care. I don't care how you do it. I don't care in what way you do it.
The thing is that he's not a striker. I don't see him as a striker.
Yeah,
they throw him as a striker, but he's not a striker. In my eyes, he's not a. He looks more like a center forward or a left winger than a striker. But they throw him in there because he does it so well. Yeah, but I don't think he's a striker. I don't consider him a striker.
I agree with you on that.
In the box, as like a number 9 in the box, he's one of the best in the world at it. Like his ability to find space and capitalize on his space is unmatched. Like I've never for Liverpool, I've never seen a player who can capitalize on like spaces that no other player on the team can really like see. He sees his space, he goes and finds it, he taps the ball in.
Maybe because he's had the fortunate of he's been so versatile that he's been able to play different positions, that he can find himself in certain areas that no other striker would, because other strikers aren't used to playing other different positions, just the 9 role.
What did he play at Wolves?
Wing,
mid. Left. He played on the left.
It's hard for me to. Like Marco said, I don't view him as a striker, but it's crazy.
I think it's because of his like build.
And it's exactly it, because that's what I was going to mention next. Is the way he wins headers as well. It's like his positioning is phenomenal. For a guy, I'm guessing he's like 5'7", 5'8".
He's like 5'8", 5'9".
To win headers in between at least 6 feet center backs, you've got to be very intelligent.
He's got no business winning.
He's got no business
majority
doing it.
of his headers.
His positioning has to be phenomenal. Okay, he's decently actually sized for. Actually, that's not bad height.
What I compare,
he looks small, I guess.
Yeah,
he does look
he's
tiny.
just like short and like kind of like stocky. No, I don't know.
But he's fucking phenomenal, man.
I kind of compare him to Felipe Inzaghi, just because Felipe Inzaghi at AC Milan, he was just a poacher. I'd say get the ball in the back of the net. Except Jota's a little bit quicker and a little smaller. Jota just poaches, man. He's in my opinion, I think he's the best poacher in the world right now. At solely poaching, just being in the right space and just tapping the ball in, because he isn't the best finisher. I thought he was coming in at Liverpool. Not coming in at the time, but as games progressed, I thought he was like a lethal finisher. He's not really the best finisher when he takes like 2 touches. He's more of an instinctive player.
I'm trying to compare him to somebody who like that I like I've watched regularly, and the only person that really comes to mind is Alexis Sanchez.
I don't know.
Slightly.
I think Alexis Sanchez was more
Of a winger,
expressive.
and more of a winger.
Um,
But just though his finishing, like the way he just like finds spaces, he's so good at that.
yeah,
Jota's
he's
so good at
ridiculous.
that,
And
bro.
whenever he takes like 3 touches to get his shot off, he isn't the best at it. But you give him one chance, like literally 1 touch or max 2 touch, he's putting the ball in the back of the net just because he doesn't have to react. He's like, all right, I got the ball in my feet. I'm just gonna slam it home, and that's what he does. And he's phenomenal at it, man.
So Liverpool continuing the press for that first spot that Man City just do not want to let go of. It's gonna come down to the wire. You know, City. It's for City to lose at this point. But yeah, Liverpool are looking scarier and just adding more ammo to their arsenal, I guess, with Lucho. So we'll see who else they sign coming this coming windows. But that was a great signing. Looks like he fits like right in. Like he's been there for a couple seasons already. It's kind of crazy. That's it for the Premier League action that just happened. If you guys want to go quickly over some predictions, we'll do some, not all of them, but I guess the ones to watch. First one being Manchester United versus Southampton. Ralph versus Ralph.
2-1, Ralph.
Okay, I like the leeway you're giving yourself there, so that way you're
The
not
ones
wrong.
with the red jersey.
2-1 United.
United.
Tie 2-2.
1-1.
I'm gonna go for 2-2 actually as well. All right, so that is Ralph. I'm actually very excited to see that game because I want to see how they match up.
What time is it at?
7:30 on a Saturday. I'm
Well,
excited
I'll
because I
definitely watch
actually I can watch it. So
Are you gonna be off this Saturday?
no, I
It's
can.
early enough where you can
it-
watch it. I know. I do that all the time.
Don't tell Jeff.
Chelsea and Arsenal were supposed to play, but game got postponed because Chelsea are currently in the Club
World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Everton versus Leeds. Everton are
Leeds
very
are,
questionable right now.
Leeds are going to lay the smack down on Everton.
Everton's at home right now, but you really think that?
3-0.
3-0.
No. But Leeds will win, so it's gonna be more like a 3-2.
Okay.
2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton. I think Everton are gonna bounce back. I think Van de Beek might get on this weekend as well.
I hope
He has
so.
More time.
They'll still lose, but I hope so.
Let's end it with Newcastle Aston Villa. That's gonna be a good
That's
game.
gonna be a good ass
That's gonna be a
game.
game. But we might see the Bruno get his debut. Aston Villa looking pretty good. How do you guys see this game going? Newcastle's at home.
Oh, I was about to ask
2-0 Villa.
2-0 Villa.
3-3.
Damn,
He
another
took, he,
3-3.
he took. I was gonna say exactly the same thing. 3-3 tie. It's gonna be a tie.
Okay, 3-3 tie. I'm gonna go Newcastle. And there's the last 2 games. I think that are gonna be probably the good ones to watch. Spurs at home to Wolves.
Wolves.
See,
I'm going Wolves.
Antonio Conte is my guy. I have to back him, so I'm gonna go 2-0 Tottenham.
Ah man.
And I feel
Can we kind of talk about this one real quick though, just because I just don't see how like Wolves are so
They're solid.
compact.
They're solid
Their three in the back
defensively.
is really good. Bruno Lage is a really good manager, dude.
And Sa is just doing phenomenal work between the sticks.
Man,
Does he have the most
that's the
saves?
thing, like
Yeah, I think so.
He has the most saves.
I don't know. I see Wolves getting behind Emerson Royale and Reguilon like nothing. They're gonna just cut that through that defense like a hot butter through a knife. A hot butter through a knife. A hot knife through butter.
I guess either way it could work, right?
I guess so, right? Oh yeah, you're right. The butter is hot. It just melt though. You know what I meant. But yeah, so you going Tottenham?
yeah, 2-0 Tottenham.
Hey, cut right through it. You going Tottenham? Wolves. Yeah, I think that's gonna be interesting to want to watch. And then last but not least, Leicester versus West Ham. Leicester's at home. West Ham have to keep the pressure up to maintain that top 4 spot. Do we see a drop off or do they continue their hot run?
0-0.
They will continue because Leicester just are complete dog shit right now.
Okay.
1-1.
I am hoping for a Leicester win actually, so I'm gonna go 2-1.
They do have 2 games in hand against us.
Yeah, but
24 to 22, I think.
I feel more confident against them than I would against going up against West Ham for the top 4 race. To be honest with you, so but yeah, that is all we got. A couple of things that I did want to bring up. Barcelona, that deal you just mentioned, Spotify.
Is it complete? Like,
Um,
is it 100%? Is it
I
pens and
think
paper?
Those deals normally take a long time.
it takes a
don't
while,
they?
but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Especially it's already been reported so much at this point. It's like if it doesn't happen, then holy shit, doesn't look bad on Spotify and Barcelona. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. That's a big. I think that's the biggest contract endorsement deal that has ever happened. That puts Barcelona back on the map. And Marco, I think we have to apologize to the Barcelona.
I'm not apologizing for shit. First of all, I ain't apologizing for shit because what I said, I stick by it. And second of all, I think that they're just gonna fall into the same mistakes that they're doing before because all the report and it could be wrong. It might not even be coming from Barcelona, but the hype is the money, right? The money is the Spotify money is gonna solve all their issues. Well, they should. They should come out of the red and then plan for the future. Invest in their cantera. Invest in their I can't remember what they call it. But no, but no. What are they doing? The big signing, right? Oh, we're gonna purchase this person. We're gonna purchase. I already spoke about Mane. They're already saying Haaland. I'm like, okay, and what are other things? Are you only gonna attack? What Piqué's gonna continue being your fucking center back? Like, please do it so I can laugh at you guys because it's dumb that all you're thinking about is the big purchase instead of thinking about okay, let's fix what we have what's wrong now. So
remember how, and I hope everyone listens to this. But remember, did you see what I put in the chat between us, like between you and my brother?
Yeah.
It's funny because he always trolled Real Madrid fans that all they like is a big new fancy toy. They don't build. It's not grassroots anymore. How the tables have turned,
bro.
How the turns the table.
They came out with a listing of like the most teams with the biggest amount of spend, right? Bro, Real Madrid, it was in 25th place.
Bottom of that list. Guess who's number one?
Man United.
Man United with close to $1 billion.
Barcelona was top 10, I think.
Yeah, but so I don't
Yeah.
mean to like go. I mean, we're already off the tracks,
Yeah.
but that leads me to another thing that I saw and it just kind of came to my mind right now. You know, we're improvising here, right?
Of course.
United top spenders since I forget what year it was, but yeah, they've been close to $1 billion, less than what Man City have spent. Is it justifiable to say that Man United fans can't call Chelsea or Man City fans plastic fans anymore?
I could get by that.
Because if you look at the spending, I mean, who's had the most spending?
I think you're asking the wrong question. I don't think I think plastic is what like.
It's just a money club. I get that
I thought
United have
plastic was-
historical. I think it's a money club. It's not a historical club, but United have, I think, turned a new leaf where it's not about the history anymore. It's about the money.
Well, nowadays, it's plastic because it's all about the credit card, right? The swipe and let's purchase somebody.
So United fans like normally laugh like Chelsea or City like splashing huge amounts of cash, right?
And not getting anything from
Right.
it.
So, but now we see like I think it's this past decade $1 billion spent, the number one team in the world.
And spending.
Right. So
Let's get that clear. It's spending.
so Gab, what?
No, I could get by that. Makes sense. So
I mean, if you have a different interpretation of what a plastic fan is, then let us know. But that's what my interpretation
I'm
is.
hoping
Somebody just splashes his cash.
hoping things start changing though, because Ralph does want to incorporate a lot more of the young guys. He really has a lot of.
If he stays there.
If he stay, I mean, even regardless, even if
Watch
he
is
doesn't,
coming. What are you talking
he'll
about?
he'll still be up there in the club as sporting director or whatever. So he'll still have some say. I mean, he's already looking at a lot of the academy guys to try to get them more playing time.
Yeah.
So hopefully that means good things and we can go back to that.
Well,
But I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool seeing those kind of stats constantly come up. I want to talk about those rules changes honestly because they're really interesting. But I know we talk about this in the go for a long, long time. So
Yeah,
we'll
we're already
that.
at an hour.
We're at an hour right now. So we have a couple of ideas for coming episodes. Obviously we have Champions League coming up next week. It's Valentine's Day Monday. I'm sure we'll be able to record. So I'm gonna say yes. I know, guy, you have plans. I'm just gonna get in trouble, be in the doghouse for a bit. So I'll do that.
It's all right. You're comfy. Your couch is comfy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I've recently been in the doghouse. That's why I'm just gonna say no. So
Oh damn.
I can't
It's not fun in there,
stack.
right?
I can't just stack them. Not this close anyway. So it's not
But
fun.
What you do, burro? You're always at home.
But look, that's all we got for today. Do you guys any final thoughts? Any final, little tidbits you want to throw out there? No headliners. Nothing for clickbait. Okay.
Not yet,
Well,
anyway. I'm sure Nick will come up with
No,
something.
I already know.
I'm
there's
sure
gonna be
Mar-
another clip of
sure
me.
Marco,
by-
Marco's gonna be on the
I'm
front page.
definitely gonna get real taken on TikTok by random people. Even though there was a lot of people that did defend me or agreed with me, so I really don't care.
I mean, look. I like the interactions, man. So please agree with us, disagree with us, whatever. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. As always, we appreciate any likes, subscribes. It goes a long way. A review on the podcast helps us out, get more exposure, and have more content for you guys to put out there. So as always, we are the Benchers, the best of the voice. With the bench, it's always warm. Peace.